Good evening, everybody.
Yeah. I was about to.
I needed to get my charger. Sorry. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Tactical Devils. Yes, I'm your host, as you know, Jarvis Cocker, and with me tonight I have my co-host, as always, Stu Wally, and we will try to analyze this dreadful game that we just watched. I'm not happy. You see, my headline of the stream is spineless from Amorim, and I think he was spineless because he didn't play the youth. He didn't give the youth a chance when we had players on the pitch who were piss poor, and that's why I think he should have showed more guts. I'm not Amorim out anything. I'm not saying we should sack the manager. I'm just saying his decisions today, I don't agree. So, Stu, what to say, about this game? It was a dreadful performance, in my opinion. What's your thoughts when it comes to the tactics and performance you saw on the pitch?
Yeah, so I texted, didn't I, during the game, and I said that I'm going to find it very, very difficult to articulate that performance this afternoon. And to this point, I'm still struggling to actually pick through it, and really start grinding down as to what the issues are with this group of players. I think it's fair to say that the players that Amorim relied on today let him down in certain portions of the game. But equally, I thought in other portions of the game, we were pretty good with our play. We created at least four clear-cut, I'm talking clear-cut chances here. And Garnacho in particular, he has a responsibility to score. He's got that responsibility to, when he's in on goal, to put that ball in the back of the net. However he does it, he's got that responsibility. Listen to Amorim in the pre-match press conference coming out and saying, I'm responsible for this next round of job cuts. We're not winning games. We're not bringing the sponsorship in because we're not winning games. We haven't got Champions League football. He's come out and decided that he's going to take the responsibility to take the heat off these absolute moronic bunch of players that we seem to be pushing out week in and week out. The responsibility of a professional footballer at the elite level is huge. You're not just doing it for you. You're not doing it for the glory. You're doing it for the supporters. But more importantly, you're doing it for the club. You all want these 200, 350 grand players. Everybody wants them. And yet they can't, when they reach a certain level of finance, and we've seen it throughout clubs across the world, the globe, there's only a finite amount of people that'll take the money and still play. Cristiano Ronaldo was being one of them. Karim Benzema, forget it. Couldn't be bothered in Saudi Arabia. Neymar, forget it. Couldn't be bothered in Saudi Arabia. They took millions out of both their clubs. Couldn't be bothered. None of these players can be bothered when they hit this certain level of income. And we are now saddled with absolute inadequacy. We really are. I mean, fucking hell. The Tipton Town Supervet yesterday, we played a bunch of, a mixed group of players, anything from 18-year-olds to 30. That was the max. We're all 55 plus. We beat them 3-2 because we got a bit of aggression about us, a bit of attitude. Yeah. We were chasing after the ball. Bruno, the captain. I mean, I never paid any attention to my captain anyway because I was too busy screaming at the players as well. Shows nothing, shows no leadership, shows no bottle. The only player actually I felt that could really come out of that game with some kind of kudos was Xerxes. I thought every time he had the ball, his footwork was brilliant. His passing was on point, for most of the game. He gave the ball away a few times. He was surrounded with players. Every time he reached the ball, he was surrounded with 2 or 3, sometimes 4 players. And on the other, and sometimes he'd come away with it, sometimes he wouldn't. But again, he missed a criminal header. You're there on your own. You've got to fucking put that away at the elite level of football. Amorim, there was a shot of Amorim at one point, wasn't he, when I think he had his head in his hands and he sat down with about 10 minutes to go, and he looked like he didn't know what to do. I don't think he genuinely knows what to do with this group of players. I think he's absolutely fed up to hear with how lazy these players are. And how,
can I just say one thing when it comes to this? I think now Amorim's behavior starts to remind me a little bit of this second season, the second half of the season when we had Ragnick at the wheel.
It's starting again.
I feel the same. I feel a lot of these players are not putting in an effort, and it worries me.
Yeah, and they are actually. Guys, to be fair, everyone today was. I just thought Xerxes was the best out of a bad bunch today, but I take your point. And I think Amorim, I think he's absolutely devoid now on what to do. And everyone's in WhatsApp groups all around the world, wherever you are and you're watching. People are going in on Amorim for not putting youth on. I know Jarvis has got a viewpoint on that, which he'll discuss later.
Yeah.
But how many times did we find Casemiro shoved off the ball today on his arse? Countless times. Bruno the same, countless times. We're not strong enough. We're not aggressive enough. I don't know. Like I say, I just don't know. I don't know how to articulate the game. I don't. I know where it went wrong for us because we had 4 clear-cut chances. We didn't even take one of them. I mean, that's just embarrassing. That first effort in the first half gets us into 1-1. It could be a different game. Now, I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to lift it into the roof of the net, but come on. You've got to score 8 yards out. You have to score. I mean, he didn't even make Vicario make a save. Vicario looked comfortable at all times because we're not challenging the keeper. Porro looked good today because we weren't knocking him into row Z. Maddison looked good today because we didn't stamp on him and stuff of this nature. But they were doing it to us. They were getting in at us. All the time we were over, and nothing happened. The ref didn't give much, so we're just on the floor like this, aren't we, with arms in the air?
We are.
Yeah. We've got Everton, haven't we, next week? We're just going to absolutely get fucking. I think Everton are going to fucking do us, tear us a new one. And we've got to go to Everton. We're we've got to go to Goodison. We're not at home. We're away to them. I don't know, mate. I just don't know.
Before I have my rant, I will just say hello to the people in the chat. We have Jay United coming in. Big up, Jay.
Yeah.
Legend. He comes in and say, Jarvis and Stu, I'll be very quiet. I'm still not feeling great. Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Yeah.
But do as Jay tell you, smash the like, everyone, and share this stream on Twitter and X. And I also put the stream, the link for sharing. It's right here, guys. So if you just press that and press retweet, we will reach a much bigger audience. So it will help a lot for the channel. And who else do we have here? We have Danny B comes in, big up crew, piss poor, and piss poor performance again. Yeah. Johnny K comes in. Good evening, all. Good evening, Johnny K. Gas Taylor is here. Say that glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't put the kids on with these lazy players. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. And Nathan Lee Lewis comes in and say Drogo looked like one of our best, strongest senior players. And
he's a tiddler.
Drogo, he was actually quite good. Yeah, Dorgu, not Drogo. And we have a new member. Big up Unicorn Sky. Thank you for being a member. You're member number 12 on the Tactical Devils. Thank you, Unicorn Sky, for becoming a member of our
17.
channel.
I think she's number 17, isn't she, dude?
7, not 10, 11. Mick is the 11th one, and 12. Yeah, it's 12. Well,
it's always about 17. No.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Yeah. DJ Superfly comes in. He said, "Stubborn Amorim out." Okay, I'm not quite there yet, but I'm not happy with the current situation. But I'm not putting it on Amorim. But today, I think he was a little bit of a coward in a way. He should have just gone with it, even though to just prove to the entitled players on the pitch that you're not safe. Even if everybody's injured, you're not safe. Because I'm not. I feel a lot of these plays were terrible today. I think Dalot had a poor game. I think Maguire didn't play well. Bruno and Casemiro, don't get me started. Højlund, oh my God. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and slate everyone and make this a negative thing, but you know, it's my thought at the moment. Maybe I'm a little bit too reactionary.
Raw, isn't it? It's a bit raw.
Yeah. And Unicorn Sky comes in and say huge congratulations on the membership. Thank you, Unicorn Sky, and thank you for becoming a member. MU2 comes in and say, guys, we had enough chances to win this game. Forget everything. We already knew we were rubbish. Yeah, that's true. And this isn't Amorim's fault. We should have finished our dinner full stop. On to the next one. Yeah, okay. I'm glad that you look at it on a positive way. And then Nash M87 comes in. I absolutely hate football and advanced analytics at the moment. Why do we even waste our breath about a player dribbling abilities? That's basic a play at this level. We need this. Yeah, we struggle with the same thing. Trigger Kim 92 comes in. Big up Trigger Kim. I haven't seen your name before, so good to have a new face in the community. He said Amorim is lost. He's going to be scapegoated. Yes, no ideas left. Left out and hanged out to dry. And in seeing guys saying Ten Hag is better, distraction to fire him. Yeah, I hope the fan base will stay calm, not go too hard on Ten Hag, but I hope that he gets the message. That's my thing.
How many managers has been fired since Bruno's been here? As an example, how many managers?
Yeah.
Since Bruno's been there. Same with Maguire. Same with Dalot.
Yeah, Bruno came in under Ollie, so we have Ollie, Ragnick, Ten Hag, and now Amorim. And then if you include the interim managers, maybe 4, 5, 6 managers.
So that's just. I mean, that's just 3 players who have been there.
Yeah.
Since 2019. It's you know, these players are just getting away with murder. They're just getting away. They really are getting away with murder. Wolves gave everything against Liverpool at Anfield today. Cunha with a brilliant goal, but he gave he gave everything. They gave everything and could have stolen a draw at the end. They kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and they could have got a draw at the end. You know, and we just don't do this. We have zero aggression. There's zero accountability for players. At Manchester United, absolutely zero.
Yes,
accountability. Who he was class. Danny today he was outstanding today, and he's just signed a new contract.
Yeah,
upped his wages, and he's got on with it. He's just carried on. Carried on. Bergvall for Spurs, young lad, 18, 19, Jarvis. Brilliant today for them. He just got in our face, ran solidly. Maddison just coming back from injury.
I think Maddison was really good today, but we gave him so much space, and from a tactical point of view, I think we struggled, especially in the pivot. Bruno and Casemiro was the biggest problem. The distance between them, you can't play as a pivot like this. And Casemiro has no legs, and he struggles. And the same with Bruno, is too rash. He always tries to, when you defend, as I said yesterday, first rule of defending, delay.
It is delay.
Bruno doesn't understand this principle. He rushes into the ball carrier trying to intercept and win the ball. Always.
Yeah.
And we get caught off guard time after time because of it. So I'm not happy with Bruno and Casemiro's performance today. And Bandulu comes in and says Xerxes was not.
I think he was the best of a bad bunch. He was the best of a bad bunch today. I thought his footwork at times was absolutely superb. Really, I did.
And we have a new guy in the chat, Visca EFL, coming in and say, "Big up Jarvis, time for a full reset." Yes, I think it's time. It's way past time, and we need something else, something fresh. And that's why I advocated for us giving the youth a chance today, because I think we are at the stage when we have nothing to lose. It doesn't matter for me if we come in 15th or 10th or 9th or
It's an irrelevance.
13th. Who cares? This is a free hit for Amorim. We could, if we are able to integrate one or two of these young players into the squad this season, that will leave us with 2 less signings to make this summer.
We've got a super chat. And I thought I'd find my glasses, and I don't think I have. I can't believe it. Or have I?
I have my glasses. I need those reading glasses.
You need reading glasses. I've got reading glasses, but I got my. We haven't got a super chat thing, so we'll do. Should we just do something like? Get that phenomenon. There it is.
We have Georgie Ivano coming in and say it was pretty obvious we needed some fresh legs after 75 minutes, but he decided to make a pointless 91-minute sub. Yes, that's my point exactly, and this is why I'm super critical to Amorim today. I think it was kind of spineless in the way he used his subs, but then again, I don't know. I don't watch these young kids in training every day. He knows them better than we do, so I have to respect Amorim's decision. But again, I think we should have just go for it. So yeah, new guys to the chat. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we are on our way to 1,000 members. We are on about 550 now, so we are 450 short. So keep subscribing, like the stream. I don't know how many likes we are on. Please remind me, admins. It will be helpful, and remind people to like the channel. Yes, let's go to the tactical board, Stu, and we can go into what we just witnessed. So thank you again.
27 likes. 27 likes.
By the way, BGN. What currency is that?
I don't know.
Is it Bulgarian?
Possibly.
I don't know.
But it's very kind. Very kind. It's very kind, Georgie.
Very kind. Tactical board, yes. This is their lineup. We saw Spurs lining up almost in a. I would actually say it was more like this, and Maddison operating everywhere, like a free player, but let's just say they line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Tel being your striker, Son on the left, Kulusevski on the right, and Maddison being the free player, the number 10. I think Maddison exploited the central area. Oh, let me just do like this. Bruno was the guy who was playing. Maddison exploited these two players because I think the distance when we were sitting, the distance between Bruno and Casemiro was always wrong. Bruno was out pushing wide. Casemiro didn't fill the gap, or the other way around. When Casemiro was pressing, Bruno was way off, and they had no connection. They were also too slow. Their ability to read the game didn't work well. I think Maddison had a field day today, especially on their right side with Kulusevski, Bergwall. I think he exploited Bruno really, because Bruno was in the wrong position all the time. From a tactical point of view, I thought we should have figured out a way to fill this gap in a better way. I don't know, Stu, did you see that, or how would you have fixed it?
Yeah, do you know what I did? Because the interesting thing was Tel never pushed on Maguire hardly. If you watch the game, he didn't really push on Maguire. And what you said about Maddison was actually true. And in many phases of their playing the first half, he actually blocked Kulusevski. He was in the same area that Kulusevski would normally operate, as we spoke about on Thursday, where he likes to operate in and around the right and in and around the left. From a point of view of Maddison, because we weren't specifically marking Tel, I would have brought Maguire out a little bit more. I'd have put Maguire, you like a smiling new face or a upside down frown. That's how we should have played it. So if you put Maguire in and around where Tel was, And Tell was really flipping between, I felt, Mazzari mainly. Although he did pop over, didn't he, to De Ligt occasionally, but it was mainly popping around Mazzari. It gives, Maguire should have been looking after, for me, Maddison, and with the help of another, and that being either Bruno or Casemiro, or allowing De Ligt to come back in, maybe 5-10 yards. That's it. Because Kulusevski, he wasn't really operating where we thought he would. He had a very quiet game. Yeah. He had a very quiet game. Now, whether that was Dorgu that was making him quiet, or whether, as I feel, it was Maddison blocking Kulusevski's channels, clear channels, that helped us in many ways, but also hindered us in many ways, because Maguire dropped deep, as you know. De Ligt stayed pretty much out wide, and so did Mazzari. And it just allowed Maddison to have the freedom of the final third, zone 14, because Bruno wasn't picking him up and Casemiro wasn't picking up. When they did pick him up, there was an issue with Maddison was stronger than either Bruno and Casemiro. Both of them were put on their ass multiple times during the game. So for me, I would have brought Maguire out and tucked in slightly Mazzari and De Ligt. And I would have congested it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And when you look at that, even if Kulusevski and Tell get in, if you were to move Kulusevski into the darker shaded area, even if you were to move them in there, we're covered nicely.
They're still numerically overloading them and
if you think about it,
in the box.
Yeah, and if you think about it, apart from the Maddison goal, where I don't know quite what De Ligt was doing or whatever, we weren't really, towards the end of the game we were, but we were at the beginning of the game, we weren't really faced with singular players unmarked within our box area, were we?
No.
Because of that, because we wouldn't have had any issues. Tell didn't really run in behind Kulusevski. He had a very strange game. I mean, I'd love to know why, but I think Maddison blocked most of his runs off. And Son, now Son, pushed up against Dalot, obviously, but I didn't really see Son cut inside like he normally does. Try and penetrate the box, try and penetrate the diagonal. I
think Masraoui had good control on Son. I don't think Dalot was particularly good against Son, because I think Dalot was overrun a couple of times, but Masraoui was covering Dalot really well and delayed him enough.
Correct.
Because Dalot was just one, and he just had to turn and play the ball back again.
Yeah,
he didn't use the ball as much, but he just kept it in play and played it backwards.
That's why and then he played it into Tell or whoever was at that point in time.
Tell or Maddison, who came on.
That's as far as it would go. They would play those little triangles in and around that particular area. So I thought defensively, we were okay. At times we were exposed, obviously. Come on, when we were pushing forward desperately for the equaliser, we were exposed. We know all that. We don't need to go into it. It's just one of those. But we're just too weak in there. Bruno playing deep doesn't work. He can't play in a pivot with anybody. Not Casemiro, not Menu, not Agate, Collier. He just can't play in there. Xerxes is the enigma in our team today.
Yes.
Would he be a better 8 and push Bruno in as a 10? Now, before I get jumped on in the Devilish Tacticos room, and feel free to jump on me, please. It's just I'm just floating a ridiculous idea. But if he'd done that, I felt he would have given Casemiro better cover than Bruno, because we know when we've seen today, exactly lightning, and we've seen today that Xerxes' feet and his ability to remove himself out of a difficult situation on occasions today was phenomenal. His touch is phenomenal. And Bruno just kept giving the ball away, trying to play Hollywood balls again and getting the balls cut out, and things like that. So I would have switched Xerxes in place of Bruno.
Yeah.
But I'm just floating it as a potential. I'm not saying it's the move, because I don't think it is. But
you're onto something, Stu. I think you're onto something, and I actually think it's a good idea, especially because I think Xerxes is better defensively. It's harder to dribble, and I think today at least he works hard all the time, and we saw it last game too. So yeah, and for me, he has taken a step up.
He tried. He
player
really tried, didn't he?
Yes.
He really. Every time he did something, he'd get on the ball. He tried something. Now, don't you always say as a footballer and as a coach, just try something. Just give something a go. If it doesn't work, don't do it next time. And then in about 5 minutes' time, try something else again. If it doesn't work, don't do it again. You know, that type of thing.
Lightning comes in and say, I would just try Kone, not Xerxes there. But
Kone's not going to get the chance. I totally agree with you, Lightning. I think Kone is one hell of a prospect, but he's just not going to get the chance.
Fred Red comes in and say Casemiro would have been better off directing traffic on the M62 than dictating our midfield today. He was useless. I think a lot of viewers feel the same. This was an interesting comment from Nas M87. So, Stu, what's your take on this? Amorim gets it wrong in his lack of compromise. Managers should understand that their style isn't rigid. It requires them to understand their team. His stubbornness will see him be sacked. Idealistic.
Well, Naz, I mean, I know you've been following myself and Jarvis through a while now, so you know my thoughts on systems. And you know my thoughts are I don't really buy into system play. It's not about system play. It's about attitude. It's about a want and a will. You could be in a 4-4-2, 3-5-2, 3-4-3, whatever, 4-3-2-1. It doesn't matter. If you haven't got that desire to go and chase the ball, press, use the ball when you have it, it doesn't matter what system you play. I think you're absolutely right. So if we could scrap systems, it wouldn't bother me at all, because when you cross that line, and you can ask any footballer, and you're all footballers in this room, you know that you go out as a system, but you try something different when you're out there. I call it going rogue. It's just, so instead of, hugging the touchline like the gaffer wants you to do, you don't. You try and wander in and get the ball, and then migrate yourself touchline if you think it's going to be.
Stu, there's levels, and I get what you're saying, and I agree. But you have Bruno levels when it comes to being indisciplined.
Correct, absolutely correct. Now that I agree with you. So and I was almost going to get around to that, but you are but you're right to mention it, because if you've got somebody like Xerxes now. We know Xerxes, today was due to play as part of the front three, so to speak. He spent most of his time in and around the 8 area. If you think about where he was picking up the ball, Jarvis.
Yep.
In and around the 8 area, he spent most of his time. So he tried to do something different. And there was occasions where it worked and occasions where it didn't. When we saw that, he lost the ball a couple of times, didn't he? And they broke quickly. But they were never threatening, I don't feel, in front of goal. But Bruno, if you could give a player like Bruno this license to go rogue, as I call it, you're on to a fucking loser, because he would just do what he wants. Now in the set system, he's doing what he wants anyway, and I think that's your point, isn't it, Jarvis? He's not playing to the system; he's doing what he wants. And if Amorim doesn't put the hammer down on him, it's a real problem. It's a real problem for us. And so for me, I would take Bruno out of the team. I would give Kone a go. Lightning. I've got no problem with putting Kone in. I've got no problem with putting Collier in, as we've spoken, haven't we, Jarvis, on a few occasions. I've got a zero problem putting Moraes in, because Moraes is an excellent player.
Yeah.
So these guys do need a chance, these kids, but it won't happen. So I don't really see us. I didn't see us in a 3-4-3 today, Joe. I was talking about yourself. I didn't really see that being rigid. I just thought we went out of system.
I thought we at times played the 3-5-2 formation, because Xerxes and Højlund was operating as number 9.
We went out of system
as a tandem.
And then back into system, didn't we? And that is something that you can work on. That's something you can do, but you've got to be disciplined with it. And we just aren't disciplined. Couple that with strength. How many times did we get brushed off the ball today? How many times was one of us on the deck today crying for the ref, and the ref saying, "Get on with it, get on with it." Porro, you know, I thought Dorgu had a really decent game. He wasn't brilliant, but I thought he had a good game. And he kind of pushed Porro back a little bit, didn't he? But the difference between Dorgu and Porro was quick on Garnacho. Bang, 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 bang.
Yes,
bang.
he was.
All the time, bang. And we talk about learning the play. Why didn't Garnacho, understand that Porro is going to come? He's going to have you. He's going to nail you at the back. Why not do that? Do something to. All right, Porro. Next time you come, mate, you're going to get me, my arm. Then what are you going to do? Do something to hold the ball and affect the play. So, I agree with Marino here as well. I think Amaro will need to make changes. He will. Now, whether or not he changes the
big up, Marino, big up.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, buddy. Whether he'll change the system or our style of play, whatever you want to call it, right now, Jarvis, we don't need a system. We don't need a style of play. We need something to affect the game so we can go on and win the game. Playing in the systems that we're playing at this point in time isn't working. It really isn't working. So I agree. Something's got to change. I'm with Danny B on this. Something has to change. Just whatever you do. Even if you did something stupid, let's put Maguire up front. Yeah. And I'm obviously I'm being a dick here. But if you were to put Maguire on top, he's not going to do any worse than fucking Højlund.
Yeah.
By virtue of Højlund hasn't scored. So he's not going to do any worse than Højlund.
Don't get me started on Højlund. Don't get me started on Højlund.
Yeah, but my point being, at least he'd hold the ball up. He'd get his head on a few things. He'd muscle or try and have a go at a player.
Højlund can't hold up the ball.
No,
he doesn't understand how to do it. He doesn't understand how to angle his body against the defender, how to hold up the defender. That's my biggest issue. But I saw some positives at Højlund today. I will come to it. But first of all,
I did.
Yeah, I want to show you this. This was from the halftime show. It just symbolizes how
you're talking about Casemiro
and Bruno worked together and the space they had. So
has this got a? Oh no! Sorry. I thought you can't. You can't draw like. Can you draw lines on this? You can't, can you?
No. But you see here Bruno, the distance between Bruno and Casemiro again.
What do you reckon that is? 15?
20 yards.
20 yards.
Yeah. But they're not connected.
No. But can I just mention something? There's another 5 to 6 yards between Bruno and that's Jed Spence, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look at him. Jed Spence just wafts right past him.
Yes. So we struggled really hard with the distance. I have another clip from this exact same
Trev's in the house.
Same subject.
Barman's in it. Trev's in the house, and so is Barman.
Big up Trevor. Big up
Barman as well. Big up everybody, by the way. There's 103 combined watches so far. It's on Twitter. That's on X.
42 guys watching, guys and girls watching on YouTube, and the rest on X. So
guys, jump onto YouTube,
share,
please.
Subscribe, and all that jazz. Also, again, symbolizing the distance between Bruno and Casemiro. No way that Casemiro and Bruno is connected here. It's okay to be a little bit staggered, but see again. And again, here you see Maddison just wandering in between, having a field day.
So if you start that back, if you show that right from the very beginning of the clip, now just play it forward and watch the time. 1, 2, 3 seconds before Maddison has to do anything, has to think about what he's going to do before anyone's in his vicinity. 3 seconds.
Yes.
And 3 seconds in the Premier League is an absolute eternity.
Here's another one again. The distance is not too bad, but they are so easily overrun defensively. You look at Maddison here.
But how weak was the initial tackle attempt? This is the goal, isn't it?
Look at Maddison again.
Yeah.
3.
So if you stop that there, from a defensive point of view, if you were to not if we were to pick up Maddison from a defensive point of view, we're actually okay. You're almost getting evenly matched, but De Ligt's not even hasn't got a clue where Maddison is. Nobody is looking around.
Ball watching.
These two, Bruno, Mazzari, yes, ball watch.
Yes.
Maguire should be organising De Ligt, and I presume that's.
And if I slow it down now, you really see. Look. Yeah. If you're able to look at De Ligt's face and how he reacts, he sees the ball and then he sees Maddison and understands. Yeah. Look out with his arms like this. Oh shit! I fucked up.
You've got Dorgu. If you go back again, I am going to criticise people now.
But look at his arm. In that moment, he realizes.
Yeah.
So
if you look at Dorgu as well, Dorgu knows what's happening. There's nobody in behind him that's really going to take the back post because they're all moving out. Everyone's moving out. All the Tottenham players are moving out, and we're all standing around watching. But Dorgu should have been screaming at De Ligt. Maguire shouldn't have been ball watching. Should have been screaming at De Ligt. Onana should have been fucking screaming at De Ligt. You know, I need you to, Anyway. Sorry.
It's a good point here from Mr. B. He said Amorim playing De Ligt in the only position he can play, left centre back.
I agree. I didn't know Yara was out injured.
Yeah, he's ill. Apparently, him and Ericsson was out ill.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the reason. But we have this new guy, Aiden Heaven, left-footed centre back. Could be an option, but no. Again, we wouldn't play him. So I don't know. Alien Tano is in the house. Big up, lads. Crap team, crap manager. Period. Yeah, I know you're not happy about the performance, Alien, and it will be a long rest of the season. I think we will see us struggle, but especially now with the injuries. But I'm not all doom and gloom as long as we play the youngsters, give them a chance, give them an opportunity to shine.
Here's the thing. And this is the way that the game is. It's nuts, isn't it? Because we created 4 clear-cut chances.
Yes.
At this level, you have to take 2. At least 2. Garnacho twice. Xerxes with a head. So you've got to, you've got to take these chances. That's what I talk about responsibility, Jarvis. You had it when you were playing. It's all about responsibility. Take responsibility of the ball. If you make a mistake, and you concede a goal from your mistake, hold your hands up, but don't do it again. Understand, acknowledge your error, and don't do it again. But we seem to not bother. There's no consequence in missing a clear-cut chance at Manchester United anymore.
No.
There's no. I mean, in the first half, Garnacho misses. All right. The camera goes directly into Garnacho's face to get the expression of despair or whatever. And we can't see what's happening around. But I can't see players getting in his face saying, what the fuck? How the fuck have you missed that? Because that would have been my question. Straight away. How the fuck have you missed that? I'm not going to say, oh, unlucky. I want to know how you missed it. And you've got to have some kind of explanation. I don't know. You've got to know. If you don't know how you've missed it, you shouldn't be playing elite football. Well, I don't know. Fuck it.
CH27 comes in, big up, a new name in the chat, comes in and say United are finished, we have nothing. The fans should boycott Old Trafford completely and force the Glazers to sell, but they are not clever enough to do that. Yes.
I believe CH27, don't quote me, but I did see something the other day, the 1958 group are putting in Project Arsenal.
Yes.
Our next home match, I believe there's going to be a huge protest against the Glazers and Ineos. So, so if you want to know more information, just go on to X and look for 1958 group and try and read the information there.
J United comes in, smash the like, subscribe on the new welcome to Tactical Devils, share the stream on Twitter X and help grow the road to 600 subs. Thank you, Jay. being a brilliant moderator, reminding people to actually smash the like, because this is our currency. We are sitting here slaving in the kitchen, and we need all the help we can get, and YouTube only replies to likes and interactions. So every comment, every non-live comment, every like will help out the channel to grow into a bigger audience. So but not that I'm not happy with you guys, because I think you are great. The devilish tacticos, so much knowledge when it comes to football. We have a question here coming in from Mr. B. Do you like to answer it?
I saw that. Yeah. Where is it? I did see that. Sorry. Yeah. I almost said earlier on in the stream, Mr. B, I'd bankrupt the fucking club. To be honest, I'd quite happily go down to the non-league and start again. Yeah, absolutely. I've got no pleasure whatsoever in Ineos, and I've got no pleasure in the Glazers. They don't care about us. MUFC 14's made a great point. He's made a great point here. That, and it's true. If you don't want to sell, or you don't give a fucking any business, it's an irrelevance what we do. I would love for something to happen, but I don't think relegation will remove the Glazers. I don't think relegation will remove Ineos, because the Glazers won't get the value that Ineos are paying. The shares that price that Ineos have to pay to buy more values the club at something stupid, about 8 billion, doesn't it, or something daft? So these leeches are just going to be here for a long time. It'll certainly muddy the waters even more if we got relegated. But I think Ineos need to start looking about what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, and put a plan and proposal to move the Glazers. But am I not right in saying, Jarvis, we could do with Mick on, really? But can't the Glazers, aren't they free to start negotiations to sell their remaining stake in July time? Somebody might need to tell us on that one.
We'll see about that. I will believe it when I see it. I want to go back to the game and talk a little bit about the positives. And in the beginning of the first half, I saw something that I've been speaking about all the time. And when it comes to football, we have zone 16 and zone 18, the corner flag zones, I like to call them. And this is where what Amorim likes to exploit. And why he would like to exploit these zones are because it will push back the defense effectively, and you will give the striker time to run on the ball and receive it and hold up the play so the others can move up. And we saw today Maguire doing a long ball into Højlund, who actually did a diagonal run and ran into that area and created a big chance. He took the ball with him and had a shot. So I would give Højlund kudos for actually doing this. I've been talking about this all the time, and my biggest frustration with Højlund is he sometimes understands it and do it, and other times not. For me, it's like he doesn't understand the trigger point and what to look for. It's more on chance if he does it or not. So let me play the clip so you guys can see. You probably know the situation I'm talking about. So we are here, and you see Maguire on the ball. Tell is pressing. Maguire has a good time on the ball, and you see here Højlund doing the run.
This is where did he get his shot off on this one? I think he did. Yes. Yeah.
But the good thing, if you run into these zones, this is zone 18. Look at the defense of Spurs. They are backing down, and we get other players into attack. So it gave us a big chance. But it's all about doing what Amorim wants. That's running. See here, Højlund pointing and actually understanding what to do. There's some kind of connection.
It's a lovely knock. What I'd like to see Højlund do here, you'll take the ball on bounce 3, drive. Just drive at the goal. Instead, he let it bounce a 4th time. and it took him slightly wide. But drive a goal and bounce 3, get it under, drive a goal.
I agree, but when you look at Amorim and Gyökeres, it's all about it's where Gyökeres gets most of his assists.
Yes, he does.
Because he holds up the ball and wait, for the second wave to come.
Just push it back.
Højlund is a little bit too eager. He wants to score by himself. He's 1 against 3 and the goalkeeper. So it's actually not a huge chance.
Stop it there. Because the problem you've got, if you go back again when he receives the ball or when he's chasing.
So like here.
Keep going. So he's again, we've got stop it there. We've got the age-old issue that Manchester United have. Would you like to draw your stick man again? Because we've got the age-old issue. So Xerxes and Garnacho are 35 yards away. So Højlund lets it drop and takes it. Then he's got to hold the play for somebody to come in. By the time the 2 come in, they've got 4 players, maybe 5 players around him. If you let that flow now, just before he shoots. Here they come. Xerxes, Garnacho. Stop it there. The chances of getting a ball accurately enough to give the players space to get a strike is very, very difficult. Garnacho is in between 2 players. Xerxes is the only one, if you can almost find him, but he'll get cut. That ball will get cut out, and he will get a player in his face, a defender in his face, in before he has a chance to get a shot, and we lose possession. So I agree with you. I think he was eager, but I think he probably thought to himself, Jarvis, well, what do you want me to do? I've done the run that I was asked to do, and you've pointed it out on more than one occasion. He's got it under control, but there's nobody there. When Gyökeres gets under control there's somebody in there for him to do a first-time pass, isn't there, or a cross?
Yeah.
You get your stick
So, but again, I like the run. I like the communication you see between Højlund and Maguire. He actually points to zone 18 and he wants to receive the ball. But I would like, in this instance, Højlund to understand that if he was supposed to do it perfectly, he should have just hold up the ball, wait for second wave, let them do the runs,
absolutely
and maybe
correct.
play the third wave.
But we could do with a first wave first, or first player first before the second wave comes in. Now, if you stop it there, right at the very end, is that? No, it's not Bruno, is it? Who's
it's Bruno.
Yeah, it is Bruno, is it? What the hell's he doing there?
Yeah, it's too deep.
You've got to bust a gut to get up there, haven't you? Tottenham are fine. Look at him. 1, 2, 3, 6.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me, I think if you're a Man United player, you never expect this to happen because it never happens.
That's true.
So
that is
true.
Yeah.
So if we actually do this 2, 3, 4 times a game,
it might happen.
We will catch on. But this is the first time because our striker never do the diagonal run to the qualified zones. So for me, I think we need to train on this and do it more often.
I think we're almost like a startled cat, aren't we, Jarvis, when the ball comes out? Oh my God, what do we do now? He's got it as well. Jesus.
Yes.
A miracle.
Lower class Brom comes in, big up. He comes in and say the FC United of Manchester boys have already showed you the way. A proper local United fan should seriously start considering a full-time conversion. I heard about the FC United.
FC United, years ago.
They are the breakout old fans that broke out of the fan base and started their own club. Aaron comes in and say repost, guys, smash that link, go to X and repost. It will help out the channel tremendously. Raymond Pierce is in the house, comes in and say only by fans completely stopping buying any merch will the Glazers take note. And I think we all know about boycott. That's the only way, but it's hard. We are all in a emotional blackmail when it comes to this club and this group of owners. So that's the biggest problem. Gerisho Odino comes in. Gerisho Odino, big up. Sorry for slating your name.
New name.
Yes, he comes today. Today we lacked a proper right winger. And on that one, I agree because I think Dalot was terrible. Every time he received the ball, he did these step overs. and and play the ball back again. You know, he has no penetration at all, and no danger when Dalot is on the ball. So yes, I agree. Dalot was extremely poor today, and a proper right winger would have helped out a lot, because our only outlet was our left side. I would say Dorgu had a good game
He was
today.
solid today, wasn't he, Dorgu?
Garnacho was
Average.
almost there, but yeah, I don't know what to say. I want to go back again, Stu, to that chance we saw, that diagonal run. I have it from another angle. I just want to show it. You can go quickly through it, so you can see more what happened behind Højlund while that chance occurred. So here you see again, the ball comes from Maguire. Højlund runs into zone 18. There you see Xerxes, you see Bruno, but you see no urgency.
No jogging. Bruno's jogging.
Højlund cuts in, makes a shot. But you see here, you have two players. You have Xerxes, you have Garnacho. So that's my biggest worry. We only attack with 3. And you see here Casemiro, you see here Bruno, Masraoui, Maguire, Ligt. So
there's no way from that angle, there's no way Højlund's finding Garnacho. But if we push it back, I'd like to see whether there was a ball on for Xerxes. Not really.
No.
Not really a ball on for Xerxes either. Højlund did well, actually, put himself against Ben Davies today. I'd love to see him take it on his right foot now. Just take it on your right foot. But look, his role there was, as you quite rightly say, to wait for somebody to find the pass to. But there's nobody else there. There's nothing on the left whatsoever. Or the right side is we're looking at.
Yes. Trevor Wade comes in and say Dalot is terrible every game. We always knew this, and Amorim picking him only on compounds. Picking him only compounds the problem. Yes. 116 people watching. That's brilliant, guys. I'm so grateful that you tune in. I want to continue when it comes to Højlund and his lack of understanding of the game, because it's starting to really frustrates me now at this moment. And I talk about Amorim football, talk about making those runs to open up space for others to carry the ball. And here you see, look at this. Tottenham are on the attack. It's a goal.
It's a goal.
We can go to the goal later. I'm just gonna find the right clip. Sorry, guys. Here I think is the right one. Yes. I should have had a producer. That would be brilliant.
Yes.
So here we go.
Yes.
Spurs are on the attack. We win the ball. Maybe a free kick, but it wasn't. Look at Højlund here and Bruno carrying the ball. Look at it. It's so disjointed.
Yeah. He gives it away, doesn't he, Bruno? Because Højlund's backing up.
Yeah, but again, there's no consistency in the movement. In my mind, if this is Amorim ball, right here, Højlund should just start sprinting full on to zone 18 or zone 16, as we said, to the corner flag zones, to make the Spurs players back up. Because if they started to back up, it will create space for Bruno here to carry the ball. Because this space is crowded. Yeah. And Højlund is just standing here and helping out, crowding the space. So it makes it difficult for Bruno to carry the ball into this zone. And that's my biggest problem, because Højlund needs to understand the instant this happens, he needs to start his run away and drag the defenders with him to open up space.
Totally agree. But for me, the easier ball is Garnacho, which Xerxes is telling him.
Yes.
Xerxes telling him, give it Garnacho. He doesn't. He then tries to play, because he doesn't know what to do with it. He tries to dink it into Højlund.
But he wants to carry the ball. That's his instruction from the coach. He wants to carry the ball.
But that's what I mean. Sometimes you've got to go rogue and say, sorry, Gaffer. On this occasion, into Garnacho there. Bang. Straight into Garnacho. But you're right about Højlund, by the way.
What is Højlund doing? He's not contributing to anything.
the point you're making about Højlund is absolutely correct. He's not helping him. He's still in his what he's done. I was telling we were talking about Kulusevski today and Maddison being in his section and his path all the time. Højlund was in Bruno's path there. I get that and I see it. Yep. And you're right. He was told to run with it. Højlund's got to get on his bike, get out of the way. But the ball comes in from Casemiro. Sweep it straight out to Garnacho. Garnacho pushes out to the left. Højlund then pushes out to the right. And you've got your... Do you know what I mean? You've got your space. You created the space by doing that.
But if we go back to the tactical ball, let's say Højlund is here and Bruno is here with the ball. In this area, Bruno... When Bruno has the ball here with this little bit of space in front of him, Højlund needs to understand. He needs to start running. He needs to start running either here or here to drag these guys out of the way. Make them be on the back foot, because then you open up space for Bruno. And when Bruno carries the ball, the other runners will come, and we will have more options. This is Amorim ball. It's not Ten Hag ball or whatever ball, it's about carrying the ball into the last third. And Højlund is not contributing. He's one of the main reasons for me why this looks disjointed, because he doesn't understand the movement. I mean, I'm talking about this for months now, and it frustrates me.
Yeah, you got to play on the shoulder. We spoke about it against Liverpool, didn't we? Play the shoulder.
Yeah.
Occupy your centre half. You occupy a centre half. You drag a centre half with you, or you pass the centre half, then passes you on to the other one. Either way, you're making one of them think about you rather than where the ball is or who's got the ball. And that's just basic, defending and basic attacking. Actually, it's not what you're saying there isn't rocket science. He doesn't do that. He doesn't press on the shoulder. Garnacho doesn't press on the shoulder. Ahmad really doesn't press on the shoulder. We don't press.
Why do you think so, Stu? Because when we win the ball in a situation like that, it should blink in everybody's head. This is a turnover. And when it comes to modern football, turnovers is one of the most important areas of the game, because the game is so organized now. The turnovers are the only time. 2-3 seconds when you have a turnover is the only time in a game when you have the chance to catch the opposition on the break when they're not organized. Correct. So when you have a turnover, you should start running in those spaces.
It's space. The reason I don't think Amorim wants Garnacho, Ahmad, we'll say Garnacho, Ahmad and Højlund, right? To push on to 14, 16, 18 is because if there is a turnover, then we've got space to work when we get the ball. If you're pushed up on these players, you're killing your own space, basically. If they sit deep and you're pushing, you're killing your own space. So, but I don't like it, actually. I don't like that side of it. I think you should push on the centre half. I think you should push on the fullbacks. And if the ball comes to you, even though you've got less space to work with, you're still 10 yards higher up the pitch than where you are. We're always 20 yards too deep, really. We're kind of like 20, 25 yards, maybe 30 yards when where Højlund, Ahmad and Garnacho position themselves, which allows their centre half and the fullbacks to play out from the back. If you cut that space in, you get to maybe about 20, 22 yards out, you're in shooting distance straight away. You could dispossess him. You've got a shot straight away. You're in that vicinity to cause a problem. So I don't like that style out of Amorim. That's why I think it's all about space, being able to pick the ball up in space and use it.
I have the big Garnacho chance from the first half when they put it over the goal. If you want to have a look, this is the...
this is criminal.
This is a chance. You see here, Xerxes holding up the ball, lays it back to Casemiro, plays it to Bruno. Bruno plays it out wide.
The brilliant ball. The brilliant ball. One. Now shoot. The more I look at it, the more...
But the play is not bad. The play is good.
Xerxes again holds the ball. Casemiro to Bruno.
Look at Højlund doing a
Yeah.
diagonal
He
run.
occupied him. He occupied him.
Yes, look at Højlund. Oh, and I just want to, guys, check it out. He's doing a diagonal run, dragging defenders with him, opening up space for Garnacho. So sometimes he do the right runs. That's the thing.
Three players with him.
Frustrating.
Yeah, he drags 3 players with him.
Yes, and that's why it's so effective.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
So yeah, well, it was a big chance, but the finishing of Garnacho, that was terrible.
It's abysmal. It's just abysmal. You know, there's a big responsibility for that. There really is. You got to
Garnacho finishing is terrible. It's getting worse. Yes, steady, Trevor.
Bring back
Weghorst.
Yes, bring the Weghorst back.
Weghorst.
He probably gets on target.
Yeah, if he was able to be in time for the chance, he was always a second late. Yeah. That's
Igalo scores if he gets in there.
Yes,
Igalo buries it.
It's true. We have a question here from Raymond Pierce. It said, Jarvis, why was Bruno so far ahead of Casemiro when the captain knows he doesn't have the legs to be on his own in front of Steamboat Maguire?
Well, the interesting thing, don't forget though, Tottenham aren't rapid up top. Only really Son who's got some real pace. We don't know too much about Tell. We don't know how quick he is. Kulusevski is okay, but he's not rapid, is he? He's okay. There's no real pace in there. So in terms of, that's not actually the issue, Raymond, the pace side of it, but the space between Bruno and Casemiro is a problem because they should always be 5, 6, 7 yards max away from each other, not 15, 20, as Jarvis pointed out.
Let's have a look at the goal. We analyzed it a little bit, but we can have another look from a different angle. What's going on? Something wrong. Sorry. Okay, here we go. So here's the goal. Let's take it back. Spurs are attacking on the left. The ball comes over with the cross. I think it's Son receives the ball.
Puts the ball
in.
Speculative.
Bergwall have a shot, and I don't know what to say about this goal. There's so many errors here defensively.
I mean, I don't think his view, an honest view, was particularly good.
No, it's not a bad save,
It's not
because you see he has two players at least in front of him. He has maybe an angle here to
maybe see it, but it bounces through, doesn't it? But like I say, we were ball watching.
Yeah, I'm not putting this on Onana, by the way. I think it's not on the goalkeeper, this one.
We were ball watching for most of that, and there's a weak tackle in there by Casemiro at the very, very beginning of the move. There was Bruno was being lazy. Ligt just lost his bearings. Maguire lost his bearings as well. He should have been organising.
How about Dalot on the back post against Son?
Oh, it's just fucking abysmal. I mean,
because isn't Dalot on Masraoui's man, or
Dalot's on Masraoui's man. Yeah, Dalot's on Masraoui's man. He's on
because it's Tell here, and the centre back should be on Tell, and Dalot should be here.
I mean, Son here, by the way, is looking to. I think he's going for goal. Look at the space he's actually got when the ball flies over. I think he's looking. I think it's lit up for him. He's going for goal there, and then the space in between for Bergwall. I mean, it's fair. I was a quick turnaround and strike. He did it
but
quite well.
when you look at Bergwall, when he receives the ball, he has an awful lot of space here. You see this?
He does, but you've got look at Maddison
because Casemiro is not in place, and Bruno.
Yeah, but look at Maddison and look at Dorgu.
Mm.
You know, Dorgu should be either screaming at Ligt or he should be following in on Maddison.
Yeah, you got to give it to Dorgu because he was defending the cross.
He was defending the cross at the time, but as the ball comes in, mate, you've got to push in. You've got to tuck in. You'd rather risk the ball going over Dorgu's head than not. Because look where Maddison is. Maddison's on his own. Look, completely on his own. You've got to be more disciplined. Be shouting, screaming.
But I got to give it to Maddison. You know how quickly he reacts when the shot goes. You see, he's already on his front foot.
He's running. As soon as he shoots, he's running. There you go. Look, he's running.
Yeah.
Even before the ball gets into Onana, he's running, and that's how you do it.
I think Maddison had a really good game today. I think he was one of the
played well, didn't he?
players.
Yeah,
yes,
he played well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the comments. I see a lot of people tuning in. We have Adam Agio.
Oh, yes.
Agyapong. Adam Agyapong. Big up,
yes.
Agyapong.
Big up.
He said, full disclosure, I'm a United fan, but I do really wonder to that. What degree do you think Amorim can improve you guys without a new squad? Time and time again, these same players making basic mistakes. We have tried a lot. And you know, we're talking about Dallo, we're talking about Maguire, we're talking about a lot of these Bruno, same players over and over again, not performing. And you know, we are 15th in the table, and a lot of these guys are the usual suspects. Why?
They are the usual suspects because we can't get them. We can't get the wage bill off. We've got Sancho at the minute earning whatever. You know, if Chelsea, Chelsea got to luckily take the option up. Hopefully, but we could turn around tomorrow and Chelsea and say, "Oh, don't take the option up. We'll have Sancho back." We've got to get these players gone. They have to go.
Stu.
Yes.
We have Twalumba Piri in the house. Big up Twalumba with the Grace Jones emoji.
Yeah, Rich is in as well.
Rich is here because of this. Big up Mick. He say, I just finished my stream and redirected the VAR room to your channel.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mick.
Thank you, Mick. Thank you. And welcome to all the new arrivers. If you haven't smashed the like, subscribe, and all that jazz. So we've been going through a lot for the new arrivers. Quick recap: we've just been going through the first half. We just analyzed the goal. So now we will go on to the second half and look at what went wrong and what went right. So, do you want to read it out? A couple of comments while I prepare the next clips, Stu?
Yeah. So Fred the Red's come in and saying a big hi to Mick. Twalumbo is not happy, saying spineless from everybody. Let's see what we've got. Twalumbo says we could barely finish. Trev has gone in and said, what more can you say? What's already been said? Yeah, I guess. Alien Tenno's come up with something he's found on X, I think. Hold on. So Jim in pursuit of Southgate. Alien told you all. Let's hope not.
Southgate rumors again.
Yes, here we go. 89% of the VR room was disappointed that Ruben didn't use the bench. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a poll.
We do.
At least when we started, I don't know how the poll is going. Yes, it was. Should Amorim have played the youth? So 62% of you guys say yes, they deserved a chance. 17% said no, he did the right call, and 22% of you said it was mixed. He should have played some of the youngsters.
Yeah.
So we are a little bit split. I would thought that would be higher percentage of yes, they deserved the chance, but you guys know the best. This is the chance of Garnacho. You see here, Josh Xerxes receives the ball.
Yeah, just well
brilliantly. plays it through to Garnacho, who's through on goal. Garnacho gets a shot off under pressure.
Porro,
Second
though,
time, lays
wasn't.
it back, but Højlund over hits his run.
Yeah. Porro got across really quickly, didn't he? Look at him. But Porro is doing what he's supposed to do, follow his man.
It's a great bit of defending by Porro, I would say.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, I wonder whether or not Garnacho could have come and cut across Porro a little bit, shielded the ball a bit better. But, I'm nitpicking.
Yeah, but he had a bad touch. I think he just had to sprint full on. Because if he had a better touch, I agree. The best thing for Garnacho to do is cross in front of Porro.
It is. Yeah.
Yes, because that will give him time to go clear 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, with Porro behind him. So
yes, that's where you want him. You always want Porro. But I would have, if you play it through now, keep going. No, he didn't have enough time. Didn't have enough time to come over. So
it was good defending by Porro.
Defending by Porro, very good defending.
And when you see Højlund here, what do you think of his movement? Is he a little bit too eager? Should he just kept his composure and space in front of him?
Yeah, he should have kind of waited there because it wasn't a great ball back in anyway, was it, from Garnacho? But he should have kept his composure and held his run. Yeah.
Yeah, but imagine if this was Benzema or Ronaldo or Lewandowski.
Oh, it's a goal. Because
it's kind of he's gambling on the ball to come in this area.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting and see what's happened and trusting his own instincts.
Yeah, no, it's a goal. But if Bellingham's in that position where Garnacho is, he picks out Xerxes. He picks out Xerxes. Xerxes got an empty net. But that's the difference between truly great players and,
It was a difficult ball for Garnacho. I'm not putting this on Garnacho.
No, it was a difficult ball. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. There's always like small details and
it is small details that win games of football, though, isn't it? At this level,
100%, it is. Quick question from Mick: would you say no to Pogba in 2 months?
I don't want him back. Although there's two things about Pogba right now. A, you get him for 20 grand a week because he can't command any money in terms of what he used to play. So you get him for nothing, peanuts. You'd also get a different Pogba because he's got a lease of life now he didn't expect. But you've also got, I would say, an unfit Pogba from a match point of view. Maybe not a fitness point of view, but from a match point of view. So there are pros to having him back for sure, because it would be nothing on the wage bill, because he can't go to any team and his agent can't sit above and say, "Oh, I want 120 grand a week." Piss off. We'll give you 20. There you go.
Yeah.
Give me 10. You want to come back and play? Here's 10 grand. That's all you're getting, mate. We might give you a nice performance bonus.
Do you think he will accept?
He'd have to. Jarvis. Who's going to go and pay him the big money? Nobody.
No. Saudi, maybe some Saudi club or whatever.
I don't think even they would. If they've got any sense, I wouldn't. If they've got any, sorry. When the hell has Saudi Arabia got sense? Had sense? But I wouldn't. For one, it doesn't hold any cards when it comes to football clubs anymore. That's it. That's gone. He's got to go back in home.
But Stu, I understand that you're not particularly fond of getting Pogba back, but how do you think the club thinks in a situation like this? Because we are on the verge of getting desperate now with injuries, and Pogba knows the club. It's an easy deal.
He's a free. We could take him anytime, can't we?
Yes.
Yeah, he. I think if the club thought they could get him, they probably would. I think if Amorim, I think Amorim's that desperate. I think the club's that desperate. They do absolutely anything they can to get a player of his Juventus caliber. Let's put it that way, because he was phenomenal at Juventus when he left us to go to Juventus.
He was.
But he probably will go to Miami, or he probably will go to play for Oli in Besiktas or wherever Oli is, or something along those lines. Would he come back? Could he come back? Has he got the bottle to come back? I don't know. We're just in such a mess. I mean, this club is just.
Wendy comes in. Big up, Wendy. Good to see you. She comes in and say Pogba would rather go play for Oli than come back to United. So Besiktas, yeah, maybe. Or Fred Red comes in and say Pogba will go to Miami with Messi.
And the thing with him, the thing again with Pogba in Miami, there'll be no issues with finances because he can't command us. He can't go in and ask for 100 grand a week. He can't do it. When did he last kick a football?
Yeah.
If Juventus, when was the last time he kicked a ball?
2 years.
2 years. It's got to be. It's got to be 2 years. Yeah. Has he got the? Well, I think he'd have desire now because I think he's realised that's a chance he wasn't expecting. But I mean, I haven't seen anything about it. So is it we've been linked with him again? Have we? I've not seen anything. But...
No, I don't know. Mustafa comes in with an interesting thought. You say build your system, build your team around the best players, not around the system. I think it's been tried before.
But how I don't like systems, that, but how do you build your team around the player then? I think Ten Hag built his team around Rashford and Bruno. Yeah, I hear this all the time. But how do you, Jarvis, you are Manchester United's best player. And the gaffer comes to you and says, right, I want to build a team around you. And I'm the assistant gaffer, and I'll be looking at the gaffer going, build a team around Jarvis. How do we do that then? And then you'd have to really delve into it.
It's like everybody around Jarvis, like a
that's
group hug.
So Jarvis has a peacock, tail, puts his plumage out, and he wants this. I get the premise, I understand it, and it gets spoken about a lot. But people talk about it all the time. Pundits say, I think they should build a team around it, but they don't actually say how you would do that. So if you are a left footer, Jarvis, and you play it on the left wing, what type of striker are you looking for? What type of midfielder are you looking for? What type of personnel are you looking at? What type of character do you want? I could go on forever. I could literally go on forever. It isn't a question of adapting to a system.
I get your points too, but I think what you're trying to say is you have to build the right balance in the team. And you have to have some creators, and you have to have some workhorses. Yeah. Someone who do the runs to open up space, and someone to actually go into that space and do something creative with the ball.
But then you've got to have the right,
because I always say that we are disjointed in how we.
But you've got to have the right personality as well. If you get the wrong personality, when you're buying a player now, you have to look at their personality first and foremost. Their ability is second. Years and years and years ago, Paulo Futre, brilliant number 10, couldn't wear the number 10 shirt at West Ham, so we told him to fuck off. Yeah. And he got back on the plane to Portugal because he couldn't wear his favoured number 10. Do you want that type of player in your dressing room? No, you don't.
No.
You want the player because Futre is unbelievable, or he was at his time.
Futre, yes.
Yeah, if any of you know Futre, he was fucking
Paulo Futre, Portugal, Magnifico. Yeah,
he was top.
One of the best, the Maradona-esque level of that player at this stage.
So you've got that type of player. You want that player. But if he's a wanker, you don't, because he won't fit the balance and the rest of the. So it's a real difficult one where you turn around and say, "Can I build a team around Jarvis Cocker, for example?" Oh, fucking hell, I don't like Jarvis. He's a right fucking arrogant twat. I'm not passing.
Yeah, I'm a prima donna, so we wouldn't have worked.
Oh, you'd have been brilliant, Jarvis. Building a team around you would have been magnifico.
Thank you. Adam Agayapon comes in and say, committing to adapt to the system. Yeah. Look how often they threw up their hands when they get positionally exposed and oppressed, as if it's someone else's fault. It is their job to adapt, but Yeah.
Has he come again?
No.
No, he's right. But that's personality.
Maybe this is the second part. But
yeah, as if they don't have parts of playing it. Yeah, the bad performances. Yeah, sorry for the spam. Couldn't. No, but the point is, you're right, and the point that we're making is it's not about talent anymore. It's about personality. And personality. Brian Robson, when he was on the deck, he wouldn't be chucking his hands up. He'd be getting up, sprinting, and trying to size down the player that took the ball off him. But that's that type of personality. And that's what we want. So, is it possible? There's a question coming as well.
Yeah, we will come to that. Is it Alien Tenno said Man United balances run onto the pitch, fall over, pissed? Am I wrong?
You're right. Fall over, go like that, and then don't get up. And then get up. By the way, when they're 20 yards down the pitch. Yeah.
Wendy, this is the question you were asking. Do the academy players even play the same system as the first team? You can't throw kids in like that after one training. That's a valid point.
So it is a valid point. I believe that Amorim is looking at this consistent system throughout the youth levels, and they seem to be playing it. And the 18s are doing quite well with it. The 23s are doing okay, but the 18s in particular, we've had last couple of years, our 18s have been absolutely really top. Yeah. And so from that point of view, it's great, but it's a real difficult one for me, Wendy. And your point's hugely valid. But you're at Manchester United. You've been deemed good enough to be a professional player. You've been deemed good enough to earn a professional contract. So you've got to, at some point, demonstrate that fact, I guess, is what I'm getting at. But I love Wendy's point. She's right. But you've got to, at some point, demonstrate that. I just wanted to mention what Naz put. If I can quickly find it. Yeah. And you see, Naz is right. Now, we harp on, me in particular, harp on about the 80s and the 90s. We were built differently then, Naz. Footballers were built differently. I said to Jarvis about a week ago, go and watch Man United versus Leeds in the late 80s. I think it was 89 or 90. He said, why?
91.
91. I said, just watch it. And you're right. Absolutely right, Naz. The players today just can't handle that pressure, that being kicked. I mean, Paul Ince was, cropped by 3 at one point. He just gets up and gets on with it. And then he takes McAllister out. McAllister just gets on and gets on with it. Football today is not about that anymore. We can't handle it. You're absolutely right, Naz. We can't, mate. We're like glass. Our players are like glass. We're small, aren't we? We're not statured. We're not strong. We're not powerful. We're not big men. We don't work out. Bruno's shape size hasn't changed since he's been with us. I don't believe it's changed at all. Zirkzee is a big boy, but he's not strong enough, is he? And they've got to react. Porro, he's just. It was like, we said with Ndidi and Mainu at Leicester. Ndidi he bullied Mainu, didn't he? Porro's got the same today. Actually, he's just bullied him. And Bergvall in the Tottenham place, he's not a particularly big bloke, is he? But we didn't get at him. We didn't upset him. We didn't hurt him. Bentancur, we didn't really get at him. We didn't. Maddison, he hates being
even Maddison. He bullied Casemiro today. Casemiro had Maddison in his bag. He couldn't turn.
Yes.
So yeah, I agree. There's a lot of them. They are weak players.
And I think we're weak mentality.
Say again.
I think we've got a weak mentality, so do we. Not the Manchester United I recognise. Welcome, because I believe that's the first time I've seen you. So welcome. Thank you for joining the stream.
Comes in and says there's nothing wrong with the system.
Oh, excellent. Would you mind adding to that, please? I'd love to know your point. It's just love to know your point.
This point from Mustafa, it's about the thing we talked about, building around the players, not about the system. Just analyze how often Xerxes is between the lines. They don't react. They don't see him when you need water boys for players like Xerxes to succeed.
Is water boys, is that a common American football saying? Water boy.
Or cycling.
Oh, well, no. Domestique is a cyclist. It's a domestique. You're close, but it's a domestique, yeah. So there is a guy actually in cycling. You're absolutely right. So he will go to the back, and he will get all the teams waters and protein bars and food and it is. Yeah, I thought it was an American football term, but we'll go with Jarvis in cycling as well. You know, my old mate got in there. What a beat!
Yeah.
He's got up the old. Calder Torini on a few occasions, haven't you, pal? He's done a Mark Shaw, Renshaw-esque and led the train for old Cavendish to come and win a sprint.
Do you want to go back, watch a couple of more clips?
Yeah, let's. Have we got any more questions, by the way? Have we got any questions? You starred a couple, haven't you? What have you starred?
Oh, I just saw a new guy in the chat I haven't seen before. It's this... Kryptonomics XS.
Yeah, we like him anyway. We love your name. Kryptonomics.
Kryptonomics. Yeah, okay.
But I don't know where the X fits in, but we'd love to. Welcome.
You said the fans acting like Amorim was forced to take the job. No, he chose to. He sold you the dream. Now he's sleepwalking through reality. Bring back Ten Hag.
Like that.
Yeah, that's a valid point, but it is what it is, and I think we need to give Amorim time, and we haven't seen what Amorim can do yet. So I'm willing to give him a free pass for the rest of the season and probably all of next season too, because I know that this will take time. It will take time. The level of these players aren't good enough, so we have to sell at least 5 to 8 of them and bring in new successful players. And when it comes to signings, mostly about 50% of the signings are successful. So if we need 4 players, we have to sign 8 to be sure. And if we need 8 players, we have to sign 16. And how many windows do we need to sign 16 players? At least 3 summer windows. So it tells you a little bit about the time aspect of the rebuild.
Your top drawer. I'm English, and my English is shocking. So your top drawer, mate. Thank you for telling
Same
us.
Same as me.
Oh, you happen to be Norwegian, Jarvis, so I know we'll let you off.
Give me a little bit of slack.
I mean, my Norwegian is not on point either, so you know.
Yeah. Well, you're doing fine. You can say hallo or tak or
I'm gonna learn some Norwegian and
I will learn a couple of phrases.
Yes, I'll learn a couple of phrases and open up the show.
Garnacho chance. Cross comes in from Bruno. Clearance from Spurs. Garnacho is on the receiving end, takes a shot. Good save from the goalkeeper, and they clear the goal.
Yeah, good from Xerxes there as well, recognising he was offside.
You see here, Dorgu and Garnacho goes in the same area.
It's a good save. Would you have gone for the strike there, Jarvis?
Yeah, it's actually...
It's a good strike, by the way. He hits it really. Yeah, he hits it really well. If you were
do you think Xerxes is in the offside, interfering in the goalkeeper's line of view?
Yeah, he's interfering. Yeah, that wouldn't have counted.
Probably gone to VAR at least.
It would have gone to VAR. Yeah, but I was about to ask you, if you were Xerxes, would you put it in the net anyway?
Nowadays, I think you should
Probably
just take a chance.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but it's like five yards offside. So
alien center here.
Yeah.
Here we go. I can speak Norse. The sun always shines on Jarvis TV. He's a bigger half fan, clearly. Great song though, that is. It's one of my favourite hard tunes. That Pete. I absolutely love that one.
Sun always shines on TV.
That's it. Yeah. Yes, you don't just drive us with them phrases. You know what? It stiff me with the red light stuff. That's quality. I like that. That's brilliant.
Nas comes in here. He comes in and say he just learned "Jeg elsker deg."
Oh,
Say that to every Norwegian, and you will be.
you'll be all right. Do we want to translate that, Jarvis, or not?
Yeah, it's no problem. I love you.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, so not too bad. Not too bad.
Okay. All right, that's good. Mix in the channel. I want to know what we're cooking up for tomorrow night. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
There you go. What are we cooking up for tomorrow's Jarvis Corner? Plenty to talk about. Well, we're thinking of going on strike, weren't we, Jarvis? And
Yeah, it will be a protest.
Yes. Yeah, we're thinking of protesting. Oh, we're not coming on for the Glazers. There may be a surprise or two, might not, Jarvis? We don't know yet.
Yeah, always. I don't have anything 100% lined up, but it will happen. There will be a show tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
But look out for Thursday's show because we've got Keith Hackett back.
Yes, the one and only Mr. Hackett.
Yes, we have. If you've got any questions, let Jarvis or me have them early doors, and we can start firing questions at him.
I don't know what's happening with my editing tools. There's
What
something
else have
wrong.
we got? What else is in the question from Naz? Can we confirm that the club is in crisis? Well, I believe so. I believe we are in crisis for sure. I don't see any way out of this right now. This hole that we're in, this abyss that we're in, the club we love. We've been there before. We've been in crisis before. Back in the 70s, early 70s in particular, we were in crisis. Our relegation. We came through it. We will come through this. How, when, and when. I have no idea. But it's a good question, that Naz. But I think it's a quick one for me, and I think it's a yes. What about you, Jarvis?
Yeah, we are in crisis. We are always in crisis when we don't win games in Man United, and this is how it is. And I think we're just gonna bear through it, and you gotta hit rock bottom before we can move up again. And I think we are closing up to that stage, but I think we're not there yet. I think it will be even a little bit worse before we start doing better.
Cryptonomics has come up with one for you, Jarvis. Thank you for subscribing, buddy. Thank you.
As officially the worst United manager in 100 years, it's kind of hard to say. Give him time, but anyway, I'll be here to remind you. I have subscribed. Thank you, Cryptonomics, and yeah. I was always on Ten Hag's side because I believe in longevity when it comes to managers, and I think we need time, especially when we are a mess like Man United. So I was willing to give Ten Hag the rest of the season because I thought that was the best for the club, because bringing in a manager mid-season wouldn't solve anything. And in a way, I think I was right. But we will see. Time will tell who was right on the Ten Hag in, Ten Hag out debate. And now we will have the same going on again with Amorim. But even though we haven't seen much yet from Amorim, I'm willing to give him time because I know that he will need time to change things around. We all wanted, when people wanted Ten Hag out and we felt that there was time, we did a reset and we started back to goal and started again.
Yeah, that's right.
So now we have to go through all these steps over again, and quite frankly, I'm tired of them. So that's why I want the manager to stay, and I will give the manager 5 years, whatever. Give him 5 years. Let's see.
Cheeky bastard. Trev, it was my 82nd birthday. Jesus, I will show you what I got though, as part of my gift. Jarvis has seen them, haven't you, pal?
Oh,
yes, I will show you what I did get though. Yes, these are what I got, Trev. These are my new running shoes. Got a bit of carbon there, and they're light as a feather, absolutely light. This sole is it's like sponge. So that's what I got. Apart from small bits and pieces, but that's the main present. Not that I can run, Trev, before you give me any running jokes, but that's what I got, pal.
And tonight's show is sponsored by
my favorite brand. They are lovely. Yeah, they really are. Yeah, but they're hugely comfy. I've got to say, but I've only worn them in the house.
Trevor's still got a pair of runners and a Bournemouth shirt.
Well, it's not actually a Bournemouth shirt. Do you know what this is? This is another gift from years ago. I don't know if you get it's there. It's a Lego top. You can't really see, can you?
Yeah,
It's
I see the Lego figurine heads. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Lego. It's a Lego top, and these are like Lego pieces and stuff like that. It's a Lego one.
Mm-hmm. I have 2 clips left. Let's just run through it before.
Yes.
I just want to say hi to Kadeen Thomas coming in and say good evening, lads. Good evening.
Hey, Kadeen. Thank you. New to the channel, pal. Please subscribe if you are. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And Aaron, good moderator as he is, comes in, reposts on X. It helps out a lot, reaching out to a new people.
A great post here from Rob Taff. Should have been socks and sandals. Glad to be here at the Over 50s Club. You are more than welcome, pal. More than welcome. Million Tanner, Pete, fuck me, Stu. You'll be light as a feather, getting run over in them trainers. Yeah, you're probably right. A question for you from Kadeem. Jarvis, I missed the game. How did Bruno play? Did he support Kaz?
Nah. I would say simple answer, no. Bruno is Bruno do what Bruno does, and I think it's good when it comes to creating and higher up the pitch, but it's never a number 8, and it's a big weakness of his game. Fortunately, we don't have many options. It's between playing Bruno or playing the youngsters, the academy players. And as I said in the beginning and the headline of the show, I think Bruno Amorim was a little bit spineless. I think he should have given them a chance because the performance that Bruno and Casemiro put in was dreadful. So in my opinion, he should have given them a chance, if only just to send a message to Bruno and Casemiro. So yeah, that's my take. So big up. Thank you for the comment.
Thank you, Nuruddin. He came over. Nuruddin sent Kadeem over to our channel.
Oh.
So thank you for
that. Thank you, Nuruddin. Thank you.
Yeah. Did I get my Lego Land? I did, but I broke it. It fell to pieces. Yeah. Oh God. That was poor, that joke, wasn't it, Jarvis? Even Jarvis is embarrassed. I'm so sorry.
Dad jokes. I want to go to a clip, Stu, before
yes.
It's us playing out from the back. I really like this segment. You see Maguire to Bruno dropping down, Dorgu receiving the ball on the left.
With a lot of space.
A dropping Xerxes in the middle, and Xerxes actually creates a big chance for Højlund, but Højlund isn't quick enough and it's good defending, so we couldn't do anything. But the way we build up from the back, I like this.
It was a lovely first-time pass, actually, from Xerxes, wasn't it? But look at the space Dorgu had. It was wonderful.
But you see, we interchange position. I just want to go back to here. You see,
yes,
this is the Ligt, this is Bruno. Yes. So the Ligt moves up, Bruno drops down. That's what I like to see. I like to see interchanging of position and people actually understanding what to do, because they give each other space, and it makes it difficult for the Spurs players to figure out who to press.
We got Casemiro in a nice bit of space there as well for the first time in the game. This is wonderful. And Dorgu really pushes here, doesn't he? He gets out, 5-10 yards. We talk about
carries the ball.
Carries the ball. Lovely ball into Xerxes. It's a wonderful touch.
Wonderful.
I don't think it was heavy. Do you?
No.
I don't think it was heavy at all.
I just don't. I just think Højlund didn't anticipate it quickly enough.
No. Yeah,
I don't know if you see Højlund here pointing at Xerxes, and he's on his way to the byline.
He's not looking, is he? Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Then he goes. He does. Yes. He moves quickly, but what do we always say? You get 2-3 yards, you never claw it back, do you?
No.
And he was never going to do it because the defender had to slow down to do something with the football. So you're right, though. It's a wonderful bit of play. The easy ball then. Maguire, actually, I just want to show you something about Maguire here. and he wasn't at his best, but he sucked. He sucked Intel. Watch him.
It's about holding on to the ball until you receive pressure.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Because if you receive pressure, you create space for someone else, and that's just how football works. You have to have the right timing. And Bruno, I think he makes a brilliant pass.
It does. I love Dorgu here. It's that little burst of speed, it's a little controlled aggression. Lovely ball into Xerxes. Look at him. I want it.
And the way Xerxes, you know how he angles his body. He holds out his arm where he wants. He wants the ball here. This is where he's pointing. So it makes it easy for Drogo to make that pass also.
You love saying Drogo, don't you? You love saying Drogo.
Yeah, Dorgu. Sorry.
You know what? We're going to call him Drogo on this channel. Drogo. He's known as Drogo. But it was a lovely bit of defending. Yes, it really was. Not a nice bit of defending.
But again, you know, it's Højlund not
actually
enough.
We do this in patches in games, though, don't we? We do build up beautifully from the back when we don't dick about with it. When we don't dick about with it, we do build up. Do you remember, was it Leicester? We built up nicely, didn't we? Arsenal, City, we built up really, really nicely. So very annoying.
I have another clip. It's Spurs attacking.
Just a quick one.
Yep.
It is the same as my Mankini. You're absolutely right. I like the light green, fluorescent green colours. Yeah, I do. Drogo is a mythical creature in Norway, I bet.
Yeah, but it's not even joking. It's true.
Trev and Fred the Red are on it tonight, aren't they? Absolutely.
From the coast, you have the guy who lives in the sea that comes out and take fishermen when they are out fishing. It's called Draugen.
Is it?
Drogen. Yeah, and it's a mythical figure.
That's what you're thinking.
He's the guy from old myths, and he's the guy that comes out and take the fishermen's.
So he's the mythical.
It's yes, Draugen. Drogo.
Very good. Catherine's coming with just a couple of the same question but twice. Has Dalot got the IQ for defending? If I may take this briefly, Jarvis. No.
You may.
That was it. No. That was it. He doesn't, unfortunately, Catherine. He doesn't play as box 16 well. You know, to be a good, solid and consistent right back, you have to play box 16 or box 18 if you're at left back well. And it's all about the position and allowing the player to come to you and then you making the decision for him rather than him making the decision for you. And he can't do that. And that's how you play fullback. Very, very simple. Unless you're against Saka, then you might have a bit of an issue there. Or maybe Salah. But Trevor's mythical, Mustafa says. Isn't it great that he devilish tacticos? It's we've calmed down now, haven't we? The red mist is gone. Yes. If Jarvis was smoking, he'd blow you a nice smoke cloud.
We all feel better. It takes about 1 hour 43 minutes, and then
we get there, don't we?
Yes.
Stop frightening Trevor. You're in trouble. Don't frighten Trevor with your mythical creature. Sorry, no. Where is it? I've lost it. There it is. Jarvis, stop frightening me. It's before midnight. Fred the Red wouldn't trust Dalot to defend him in courts. Yeah, neither would I. No. Trevor Wade, Dalot once wait for an IQ test. The end. Okay. Catherine, I hope that answers your question. It's a brilliant. You've had some great responses. So. Jarvis, can you play in defence?
For all the banter.
Could Jarvis play? Jarvis could never play in defence, Catherine. He was too silky. Too silky with the ball. He used to drop his shoulder all the time. That's it. He used to just drop his shoulder in a way. Gone. Wouldn't you, pal?
Yeah, sometimes. But I played as a defender a lot of the times. When I first came into adult football, originally I was a left winger, but then I was moved down to left back, and after time when I developed, I came to become a midfielder. So yeah,
I had a 10-minute cameo in the centre midfield yesterday. 10-minute cameo.
Oh, you did. I vision like Jan Mølby-esque doing diagonal runs inside the midfield circle.
Your vision would be correct. Yeah, but actually not moving. The legs tried to get there and I couldn't move. I was in the middle of it. Well, I just get the ball and just pass it. That's it. No, you know.
It's like when Stu starts a sprint, his head gets down. He looks fast, but he's not moving.
I think I'm rapid when I'm going, but apparently it takes me 10 minutes to get anywhere. So I don't know why I've got those running shoes. I'll be running forever. If I pronounced that right, I apologise if I butchered your name.
Yes.
He says, I guess the injury situation affected us. Tottenham made it tough for us, but don't all our opponents do the same? I saw all the players fighting for a result. I can't point fingers at any of them. That's a balanced view. Thank you for that. That's a very balanced view. Kadeen's back in. I was one who was outraged when we sold AWB and Wan-Bissaka, head of Dalot. Never believed Dalot was good going forward, people said. However, AWB is a speciality of defending, correct. Absolutely spot on. I know it's in the past, but bad decision. It's a great point, to be fair. Trev's in for Jarvis is named as a silver fox in some circles. He's the head of the local mafia.
Oh, behave. Yeah.
But when you're snussing, you don't need to do that. What else have we got here?
Oh, we have Neil Driscoll in the house. Big up, Neil. I haven't seen you tonight.
Brilliant.
Big up, Neil.
Trev, it was the longest 10 minutes of my life, pal. Yes, it was tough. What else have we got? Ifyoka's given us a thumbs up. Thank you for that, pal. Good to have you, Neil. Oh, God. Stu is as rapid as a rapid cat. Fucking hell, Trev. I'm not... What to say? Guys, ever heard of the player? I haven't. Have you, Jarvis? Is a Moroccan Dutch player, apparently.
22-year-old left-footed, love to see him as a left 10. No.
Don't know anything about him. If you could provide us maybe a video clip of him or a little bit of information about him. Yeah. While you're doing that, let's have a look. Catherine's back in. Oh, sorry. Big Sam would sort this out. Southgate, nothing to lose. Would he? Yeah. Mark, it's a good one. Thanks for joining us, Mark. Catherine, did you see Dalot running away from his man? Unfortunately, we did. He doesn't stick with his man. That's right. He's not tight. He's not tight fullback. He allows them to have space. Oh, here we go.
Mohamed Ihatarian is his name. He's a left-footed midfielder, 23 years of age, Utrecht, Netherlands. He plays for RCK Valvik.
It's 14 grand a week.
No, he's not playing in the Dutch Eredivisie, so I can't get up his stats. It's only.
Okay. You sure he's not on the?
No, it's nothing here.
Oh, okay. Oh well, we get to know a little bit more about him if you can.
I don't know if I'm doing this wrong. Let me try searching up again to see.
Kadeem comes in and says it scares me to think we haven't had a dominating midfielder since Matic, and even then he was old. Our midfield has been weak for years. It's shameful. It's very true. That is absolutely. Yes. Dalot runs away from training. I bet also he probably does. And Mr. B is a problem guy involved with criminals, etc. Who we talking about there, Mr. B? Maybe if you could just elaborate on that one, please.
Maybe it's Mohamed.
I was wondering.
Yeah,
perhaps you could just let us know. And Neil Driscoll. Guys, don't understand why manager didn't bring on the younger players. Jarvis has covered that one. Neil, you would be one of many on that.
But Neil, what's your opinion on bringing on the youth? Do you think Amorim should have brought him on, or did he do right by keeping him on the bench in the dreadful game?
Yes, interesting.
Yeah. Stu, can I, before we go into...
Sorry, yes, I was just going through the comments. Yeah, while you were
two more clips I want to cover before we call it a day.
Okay.
It's this one. It's a small clip by Spurs attacking. You see here Bruno chasing the ball again. I just want to go back, running around.
Sorry, did you say the word chasing then?
Yes, didn't I? Chasing the ball.
Are you using that to be kind, that word?
Yes, I'm trying to be kind to Bruno.
Okay.
They shift play over to the other side. You see here, I think it's Tell. No, it's Son up against Dallo. And look how deep we are, and we lose all aggression when it comes to press. So they run so easily into our heart and soul of the defense and have a shot. So
yes. So that's what actually Catherine was talking about when she said, "Did you see Dallo run away from the player? Watch Dallo run away from Son." That's what she's talking about. This particular Catherine, if you're still watching, I take it this is what you're discussing. You've got to go and face him up, Jarvis, at least.
Yes.
Make him do something. You have to. I know he was looking at Tell then, and that's good from Dallo, and he's in his correct position there for once. Dallo is, but you've got to go and face Son up.
Look at Maddison here.
Yeah,
how he creates space for himself because he stops, looks around, and understands.
Yeah, but I will give Maguire a bit of credit. He had an idea where Maddison was. If you just watch Maguire's head, not that you can miss it, just watch his head. He does know. Look, he knows where Maddison is. He knows where Maddison is. There you go. He knows. So not bad, really.
Yeah, what is Casemiro doing?
Nothing.
Why is it Maguire's responsibility? Because
it's not. It's Casemiro's.
Well, they're overloading here. They're 3 against 2, so maybe Casemiro's a little bit wary of this situation.
But look how slow he is getting out to Maddison, though. You know, and look where Son ended up. By the way, look where Son started, and look where he ended up.
Okay, let's have a look at Son. So here's
Son. Watch Son's run. Watch Son's run there. There you go. Mazzari lets him go. It didn't go to him, but he let him go. Why would you let him go? It's it's not you don't allow that, or you shouldn't.
But in my mind, I think again, I feel that we are a little bit passive, and I think this 5-4-1 shape when we defend. I think we go invert into a passive shape, and we lose the aggression from the centre backs and the midfielders. I think the double pivot should understand that it's okay to push a little bit because you have 3 centre backs behind you. So there's always one extra cover.
Correct.
Luhmann comes in and says it's all about tactics here. Yeah, well, we try our best.
Interesting.
Italian started at PSV Ajax Juve failed because of environment, but his left foot is unmatched, making a comeback with RCK now. RKC, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's interesting.
But I haven't seen him play. No,
I didn't. I'd never heard the guy, so that'd be interesting. Would we get him cheap? I suppose. But has he got the right temperament?
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, exactly.
The last clip of the day. I don't know if it's.
Well, actually, we're almost on 2 hours, guys.
Yes, it will be the last clip, so then we'll wrap up. So
125 watching. If you can get the likes to around 70, that would be absolutely brilliant.
Yes, we're on 65 at the moment. So if you haven't liked, please smash the like.
Yeah.
So
Mr. B is well aware of him. Yeah, sorry. I'll just yes, sorry. I am concentrating. Sorry.
Yes. Are you concentrating?
Yes.
Spurs are on the attack.
I thought we were poor here in this phase of play.
See how many attackers they have.
Yeah.
It's good defending by Maguire.
It was. He used his body well, but he's betwixt in between. Actually, if you look at how that play unfolds, he's in that period. Do you stay or do you go? Should I stay or should I go? No. He's in that period. You're almost betwixt in between.
A little bit more back, so
there. Yeah,
slow it down a little bit more, and we can.
If you go towards the ball, that's it. Screwed. So he defended very, very well there. Did Maguire.
You reacted quick enough, and you know,
and it's strong as well.
Yes. But what I wanted you to, what I found interesting in this situation is Bruno. Look at Bruno here when you are defending, because they are on a transition here. We lose the ball with Xerxes, and they're running.
Look, to be fair to Xerxes, though, look how many people are around him. You know, there's 4 in his vicinity, isn't there?
Yeah, but look at Bruno here. He's the number 6 now because Casemiro is high up. But Bruno, he goes in and try to tackle the guy to win the ball, and he doesn't understand how to delay.
Correct.
So I just want you to have a look at Bruno and how he's involved. Same with Masraoui. And he comes in too quick, and he loses all his composure, you know, in this situation.
If you're going to commit there, Jarvis, you take a booking.
Yeah.
That's a booking. If you commit there, you take.
Look, he's flat-footed there, and
yes, really. No, you're right. No, really flat-footed. If you're going to commit, take the booking. Take the player out. Take the booking.
You see, Masraoui is actually trying to take out the player here.
Whereas Maguire here, he didn't panic. He didn't panic. He got his composure. He backtracked nicely. Never panicked once, and was always aware of the runner off his shoulder. There he goes. Look, that's where he straightens up. A really good piece of defending there. So dysfunctional. Yeah, you're not wrong, Adam.
But again, I just want to highlight my biggest issue here is Bruno. You know, as the number 6, you should do better. You know.
Yes, you should. Yeah.
Delay the play.
Exactly.
Give Masraoui a chance to track back. Same with Casemiro.
Yes.
Don't rush it and leave yourself and the team exposed.
Correct. I would like to say Dorgu had come from a very advanced position, but he wasn't sprinting back to pick up power.
No, but I think he realizes now that Maguire actually has control of
it. He does, correct. But again,
he slows a little bit down.
Yeah, he wouldn't have got there. Yeah, he wouldn't. If he wouldn't have got there, if Maguire had slipped, Porro scores probably. But Maguire didn't slip, did he? So there you go.
Yeah, so Adam Agapong comes in and says, so dysfunctional. Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Luhmann comes in and say, do you guys talk about Bruno as a deep-lying attacking midfielder?
No.
No, I'm talking about him as a number 6 or a number 8. I think he can't defend. He's not good enough in the defensive point of view, and I think he rushes. He goes in as an attacker, try to win the ball and intercept, not delaying, because delaying is the first principle of defending, especially when you are defending a transition, and it exposes us. That's why I'm super critical for playing Bruno in the number 8. Yeah, and Throwaway comes in and say, last clip of the day, I thought it was going to be Stu's 10 minutes cameo in midfield, so no highlights then, Jarvis. No, we haven't. No.
We don't have my cameo in midfield. It was too good. It was too good, Trev.
So last question coming in from Gas. So these players going to win next week?
If we no chance. I'm sorry.
Everton is looking good at the moment. They've been winning. And then 3 out of the last 4.
3 out of the last 5.
Yeah.
We had a draw in there as well.
Nice.
No. I can't see us going to Goodison and beating Everton on their own patch now. If I'm Amorim, I'd be literally.
Yeah. We can talk a little bit about this tomorrow as to where do we go from here.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that will be a good topic. And I will think about it. I will think what Amorim can do, and we will have and you guys, if you have any suggestions, leave a comment in the non-live comments after the show, and
yes, please. Yeah.
Give us some pointers what you want to talk about on tomorrow night's Jarvis's Corner. So I don't have any more clips. I think we're done with the night. We lost the game 1-0. I think we were kind of toothless. We created a couple of chances. Garnacho should probably have had a goal, but we didn't. And Spurs won the game. So we are sitting 15th in the table. So it's not looking good, but I think we will avoid relegation. It won't be any problem
We've got three.
Our bottom team is really poor, you know, and
we got
I think it
three.
will be a tight race between Ipswich Wolves and who's the last team, and Wolves, Ipswich, and Leicester. Leicester.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, Trev, your question, by the way, just keep for tomorrow night, pal. We'll discuss that tomorrow night, your question. We won't go down, no, but yeah, we are in dire straits, absolute dire straits. Yeah. But thank you very much. Mustafa comes in and says, big up to Stu and Jarvis. Thank you for a good show. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Mustafa.
Adam comes in with big up, fellas. Really enjoyed the stream. Thank you. Raymond as well comes in with nice show, folks. Thank you very much. Fred the Red comes in with the only options at Amran has his hot chocolate. I believe in miracles. Very good. Great track, says Raymond. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Oh, no, God, I can't take it. Can't take it.
It's not Tears for Fears.
No, it's not. Well, look, Lola's not in tonight, is she? So, yeah, it's not Tears for Fears.
Trevor Wade, great show, guys. Nothing new. Yes, it's been a good show. Thank you, Stu, for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for interacting in the live chat. Trevor, Raymond, Fred, Adam, Mustafa, Raymond, all of you guys. It's so many of you been watching. I think we have been about 150 people at the most watching. So it's been a great show. We will be back tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Stu and I with Jarvis's Corner, and we will bring in some guests to a panel show. Mick will be on tomorrow night, and probably one more. I've reached out to a couple of people, but I haven't got any replies yet. Mick comes in and say a big show. Thank you, Mick. Thank you.
Cheers,
and
Mick.
We'll be good. So remember, tune in tomorrow night. So yeah, that leaves us to say the goodbyes, and I will just say, if you haven't liked, please like the stream. If you haven't subscribed, it's time to subscribe now, and I would love for every one of you to leave a comment in the non-live section after the show. It means so much for the algorithms to get this video out there and help us to achieve our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Leave a thumbs up, whatever. It's so important. So please leave a comment in the non-live section. So
just a very quick one. Manchester United have text tonight and put in their app. The 17-year-old, no, obviously on about Chibiodi. The academy striker made United history on Sunday. 3 minutes of history, guys. Just remember that. That's what the club are selling us.
Pipe dream. Poor
lad. But that's what they do, isn't it? They build and big everything up. He made history.
They do. But then again, big up for him to get his debut. But I would love to see more in the future. Okay, it's been a good show. Thank you, everybody. See you on the next.
Have a good one. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.